Hey everybody, how we all doing this morning? Knock, how are you? Can you guys see everything and hear me okay? Good, good, good. Let me get a sound check from everybody. Let's make sure I am coming in here 5 by 5. I think we have a little action here after the FOMC announcement, looks like. And again, I'd say it looks like we've returned to a little bit of movement for the overnight. It's definitely better than what we had yesterday. Definitely better than what we had yesterday, but still a little choppy right now. Let's see where the day takes us, and we'll go from there. Nothing really standing out here with the overnight. Definitely had some chop here this morning. London session. After yesterday's move here, though, might have a bit of an upward bias today. We'll see what it does. We will see what it does. We'll give it a few more minutes here, let everybody else pile in here. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Turn that guy off there. Paul, thank you. I'm just going to kind of sit tight here, wait for the open. We'll see what it has to offer us. Anybody trade after the FOMC announcement yesterday? It's a pretty nice move there. Let me get that back out. I'm going to see what those numbers are anyway. Yesterday. There it is right there. Looks like they did lower it. Yeah, it happens, Floyd. You can't sit and watch it all, unfortunately. I don't do much with CL anymore. Don't do much with the CL anymore. Hawks produced some nice little scalps today, it looks like. Nice pre-entry here on the Raptor. However, those MAs are pretty smushed together. That's what I like to call a 50-50 trade. Either it's going to go your way or it's not. Of course, we can see here when the entry presented itself, we were pretty flat. About 50-50. A little bit of transition in here, and then it looks like here at about 8:36 Eastern Standard Time. I mean, no real follow through. Nothing huge. Nothing huge. Hey, I got a question for you guys, and I remember with NT7, it was a lot easier. You could actually name your charts. Anybody know how to name the charts so we know what's what? And what I'm getting at is here, if we take a look at this, yeah, chart NQ. Okay, thanks, Captain Obvious. Thanks again. Does anybody know how to name those things in NT8? I mean, I can look it up, I guess, but I was just thinking about it this morning. And 7 was a lot easier to name them so you could see what's what. So if anybody knows, somebody let me know. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we're going to be discussing this guy tomorrow. Floyd, I don't know if you're willing to take the mic. Happy to let you speak on this one here, since this is your baby. Pretty cool tool here. Thank you, Christian. Let me try it. What am I missing? Click on the tab. Which tab are you talking about? Oh, man. There's something I got to do. You talking about this guy here? No. We'll figure it out here later. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, thank you. There it is. Let me fiddle with that a little bit. I want to start getting ready for the open here in just a minute. Now I'll fiddle with that later. I think I know where you're headed. I'll mess with it later. Anywho, I got another 8 minutes for the open here. See what we get for movement and action. Okie doke. Okay. I didn't see any big, real, noteworthy news events coming out here yet today. Let's see. Let's look at today and see what we've got. I mean, Chicago PMI, For those of you folks doing the energies, we do have natural gas storage coming out at 8:30. Other than that, I don't see anything that I am really that concerned about. All right. Sit patiently and wait. Christian, is this the right tab right here? Lower left here on my hawk? Aspen, how are you? It's going to drive me bats. I find with the NT8, I mean, I don't know. I'm older. I'm not much for change, but they've actually made some pretty nice changes. We're jumping around here just a little bit here pre-market. Keep an eye on this, and then I'll fiddle with that later. Make sure everything is up there that needs to be up. T-5. Hold on here, Chris. Let me pull this down and read your directions. Holy smokes, look at that. You learn something new every day. Thank you, Christian. And of course, Eric will be returning with you guys on Monday. Yeah, I was looking at that, Keith. It does look like you can select some different names. Oh boy, look at that. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, 7 was definitely my bag. All right, another 2 minutes until the open here. Yesterday's big bump here. Looking at that number yesterday, it looks like they did lower it from 2% down to 1.75 for FOMC announcement. Now we will just have to wait and see what we get. Hopefully everybody is doing well this morning. And thanks for your help on that, guys. I appreciate that. Always something to learn when it comes to trading. See if the upward momentum from yesterday's announcement sticks today. It may stick, it may not. And here we are at the open. Showing signs of transition there on my Raptor. I'm going to give the opener a shot here below this low. I'm going to do one. And it looks like we're right back up here again. Going to clear that guy off there. Let's kind of let it pick its direction here, do its thing. Once again, one, stop, too late. Picking that entry below that low. So one thing I don't like about the open, it's just very, very fast. I'm going to let it sort itself out for just a couple of minutes. Ideally, that would have been my entry there. You know, too slow. Too slow. It's like I've got price below both my clouds here. Coming back on my first touch. That was it there for the open, right there after that first cross. I'm going to give her a stab below the low here. We have transitioned. Excuse me. I've got Plenty of room to get down here to my next SNR line. Oh, and there it goes. Got another first cross to the upside here. We definitely cleared that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got my signals here. I don't have the 2-bar pullback that I like to see. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw a buy limit on here. And I will adjust accordingly. Looking for an entry between my micro and macro. Now, if it takes off, I'm not going to chase it. Willing to take him here, however, would like to get a better fill. Now watch this. This is a little trick, and you know I need to make adjustments with it as my macro line comes up. And I've just got one on this one here. All right, let me pull this guy down here. If I can start closing a little higher up in this area, I'm going to tighten my stop up. Well, and there we have it. Did you guys follow what I did with that one? I've got the signals for confirmation. However, I'm anticipating the pullback. Hence, I want to get a better fill. The better fill I have, the more loss I can mitigate. I don't know about you. I don't like to take a lot of heat. Give it a chance here. Looks like it's still wiggling around here. We're trying to pick a direction after yesterday's announcement. Let me catch up here. I'm gonna hold tight here for just a minute. I'd like to see it pick a direction. I think we're gonna see a better day for price action today than we have in the last couple of days. Randy O, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, typically, Randy, I tell you what, I put about an hour or two a day into it, typically in the mornings. I don't trade every day. Yeah, I'm going to sit on my hands here for just a bit, guys. I just want this thing to kind of sort itself out. I mean, you know, looking from, you know, right to left, boy, it looks like, oh, we missed it. We missed it. You know what? You're not missing anything. Not at this point, in my opinion. Yeah, and as far as leaving them run all day, I mean, I just typically I'm going to be in here, Randy, every other week for about 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours. And I do need to apologize to you guys real quick. I well, never assume anything because we all know what that means. That was a combine trade there with one. That was a combine trade with one. So anytime you see the you know, the letter, the number, and then the date, you know, with or the month, you'll know that's what I'm doing. I'm going to blow this puppy up here and tell you what I'm looking at. Oh, we're just kind of milling around here in between the center line and this lower support line right here. And with this big punch right here, like I said, I got all the confirmation I need right here. Nothing wrong with taking these signals, but let's see, what do we got for a stop? 8104 and a quarter at the bottom, and let's use this put 80. Wow, that's kind of a big one. Kind of a big one right there. And not willing to go long just yet, as we're still just kind of headed east here. All right, let's get back here to all four of them. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're starting to get some spaghetti here. We're flattening. We've definitely flattened out here on the macro line. We flattened out here. We'll sit tight. Yeah, and Randy, I'm with you. I think the first 2 hours is great. I'm going to talk to Ron about, dipping in and out of this. The recordings for this, I think they go up on YouTube every day. Personally, I don't know. I think an hour and a half's a little long. That's just me. But I mean, I'm in and out of here all day long. Oh yeah, this is just an eastward headed mess. Remember this for tomorrow, because what I'm going to cover tomorrow with you guys, I think will make sense, as far as the ADX that I want to talk about. I don't worry about it as much because, I mean, honestly, you can't trade a room the way that I trade. So typically, what I've been doing over the last few months, I'm making about 3 or 4 trades a week. But what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for that big move. Now I don't get them all the time, but I'm looking to, I like to call it the Ronco trade. I don't know if you guys have seen that commercial with the chicken cooker and the whole audience says, "Oh, set it and forget it." That's kind of what I'm looking for. One of the things that Eric taught me early on when he and I started working together, and it took me a while to master it. Eric may make a trade and then get up and go walk his dog, and I thought, wow, that's just insane. And tell you what, I've managed to master the ability to do that. And I mean, it's not something you can really teach. It's just something you have to practice. It's something you have to do, and you have to be okay with it. And probably the next week in here, I'd like to dive a little bit deeper into the psychology of all this stuff. And oh my gosh, this is just garbage this morning. Come on. Got some nice little scalps in here, but I'll tell you what, it's moving quick, and I don't know. Like I said, I prefer the bigger target. The bigger targets with 3 contracts have netted me out, as big as, I don't know, $1,400, $1,500. Does it happen every day? No. It does not. Yeah, I'm not going to let these clowns trick me into anything today. Got a nice little one lot winner under my belt right now. I'm going to sit with that. I'm going to wait for this puppy to pick a direction here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. We got a support line right there. Nice first cross here. Lack of interest for me. One of my rules for the hawk, I like a 2-bar pullback. 2 to 3 bar pullback right in that area there. If it's more than 3, I'm not as interested. 1 bars, not my thing. But we did have the signal right here. Nice first cross. I watched Eric going over the instructions the other day, and we definitely have a higher ability with a probability, with that first cross. All right, let's see what she does here. She's probably going to pull back in here into support. There is my low of the day right there at 80.81. Mark that guy right there. Gonna get a first touch here of the macro line. Gonna hold off on that one here because I don't want to take it above this support line right here. Come on. Give me what I need, baby. Give me what I need. There we go. Pulling back. Looks like we got people covering their stops here. Or covering their shorts, I'm sorry. What are we doing today here? Up into the cloud here. Looking at this possibility here for a small scalp, but if we look at the Eagle and we look at the Falcon, we're still under those bands. Let's just be patient, sit and wait. Like to see everything line up and just stay in that direction. Got my cross right here. Oh, you turkey. Signal was a little soon for me. I wanted to surpass this here. Yeah, it'll give me another opportunity here in a sec, I would think. A little bit of a bounce there. Come on, give me a pullback so I can take that puppy. Come on, back up you go. Come on, give me 2 bars. Come on. Now I have 4. You know, Aspen, it might have an effect on it, the impeachment deals. I mean, who knows, you know, with, I don't know, we got a lot of stuff going on here. What can I say? It might affect it. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I think if that's what happens, I mean, regardless of what side of the political fence you set on, I don't think it's going to be a positive thing for anything. I mean, let's face it, you know, when they want to impeach a president, I mean, you know, I was very young with Nixon. I was very, very young. And I remember it wasn't a positive experience. This has got me a little concerned here. We're just snaking back and forth here on this support line. Look at my Falcon here. I'm going to give this guy a try here. Again, I'm just doing one. I'm just doing one. Got a signal here with my Raptor as well. Still transitioning here on the Eagle. I'm going to mine this puppy. Give it a few bars here and let's see where it goes. What I'm doing is I'm waiting to see if we try for these pivots again. I've got these guys here at about 80, 86-ish, right? And yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. We'll see if she tries to punch through yet again. So it looks like we tried here, possibly here. Patience. All right, Aspen's asking me, why am I choosing long on this one right here? So typically, the market tries things 3 different times. And I'll gauge this on a bigger bar like the Eagle. Okay, this is a 12 bar chart. So I'm looking here, and I'm looking here as well. Okay. So one of the things that Facebook, one of the things that I look at is, I'm thinking of yesterday's number. So, I'm a little bullish. I got to be honest. And we see where it's tried here. It's tried here, and it's trying again. Now it's the 4th time, which there's no rule. There's no rule for that. The one thing that does kind of concern me is, and this is what makes it tough, and honestly, it's a feel, I guess, is, we're continuing to make some lower highs, but, I'm looking at this and it feels like, it wants to go long. One of the other things I'm watching here off to the left, for the majority of the last half hour, this number here, the big number, which is all these numbers added up, has been bigger than what we see down here. So if you subscribe to game theory like I do, see, now I've kind of, I can reverse my opinion, let's say, and say, well, we've got guys, trying to push it up to fill short positions so it can drop. But now it's kind of balancing out, and it has for the last couple minutes. I don't have anything here just yet. And that's all I use this for. I don't make orders with it. Oh, and I use it to look at the high and the low of the day, you know, but that's it. That's it. That's all I do with it. I don't try, well, I guess I kind of do. It's so hard to see though because the numbers are so quick. It's hard for me to point them out. Well, maybe not. Keep an eye on these here. The bottom three, you might see them get big, and then you'll see them get small again. So, but I mean, at this point right here, it'd be the stages of an early entry. And here, like, let's say we entered short right here. We got a 50-50 shot of this thing going the way we want it to go. And then the $1 million question is how far is it going to go? I mean, we just don't know. You know, we don't know. I mean, we're definitely headed east. Got a lot of chop in here today. The key to trading, really, the ultimately in the end, what worked for me was the ability to, you know, not trade, to walk away from it. There's another signal there, but again, I'm not interested. It's just a 1-bar pullback. Yeah, I'm not interested in anything just yet. We got more time in the day here. Fear of missing out will kill your trading career. It'll kill it. Oh, there we are, low of the day. Button up on that bad boy. Oh, come on, where are you at? I'm gonna bring that puppy over here. F6. We do have support right here. If we look back here at this pivot here, and then we're buttoned up there, maybe we're actually finally going to pick a direction here today. We've popped down through that low of the day. Let's see if we can get a pullback here. And maybe I will get interested. Yeah, I got a little bit of room to that support line down there. A little bit of room now. Got a 2-bar pullback on that puppy there. All right, well, it looks like my order is right on the low of the day. Either she's going to blast through or she's not. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be lickety-split quick on the stop. Very nice, Randy. Very nice. Okay, so I've got ideal target placement right there, a couple of ticks above that support line. We'll see if she pushes through. Excuse me. I'm going to keep her tight, not moving it. Not moving the old stop-a-rooney there. Either she's going to drop or she's not. Come on, baby. Get down there. and see where the buyers here on the dome are trying to keep it propped up. We'll see who wins. That's all I can do. That is all I can do. Come on, baby, push down, push, push, push. Push down, sweetie. Come on, guys. Sellers, pound that bid. Pound it, pound it. Yeah, we got a real battle going on here. Now, that is the price I pay for selling the low of the day, but notice only one on that guy there. Like I said when we started this out, typically I'm going to be doing twosies and threesies. And I'll tell you what, I don't see anything worthy of pumping up the slot machine to 2 or 3 credits. I think we're going to pull back here, and I think we're going to try again. Well, ideally, that would have been a great try at the low of the day. And I'm seeing that here on my Raptor, my 8-bar chart. Had plenty of room to get back here, but she just didn't go. And watch her pull down there right now. Look at it go. Here we go. Well, I was just going to right into the basement. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. We will see what happens. So looking at these downward moves right here, I am seeing some decent moves with a little bit of follow through here. I think it's just going to be a matter of waiting for that right move. Plenty of time left in the day. All right, so I got a first cross on my hawk. It would be a counter trend trade. But if we look here, we got a little bit of room to get up. A little bit of room here. Let's sit tight. Let's sit tight and wait. Good for you, Randy. That's a good day, buddy. Not necessarily interested in the long, although it looks like we are setting up for a valid long scalp. Thinking maybe we're just covering here, tricking us out. Come on, guys. What do we want to do today here? Just going to give it time to do its thing. Excuse me. Still in the cloud there. Still in the cloud on my Eagle and my Falcon. Excuse me. Guys, I'll be right back. I just need a quick cup of coffee. Oh my goodness. There we go. Past that low of the day. Did it again. I'm going to give this guy a shot here. A couple of ticks below the SNR. See what happens. Pretty powerful move to the downside. I am going to widen this one out a little bit. I want to use that pivot right there. Whoop. Excuse me. My goodness. with me. Pretty healthy move. I'm gonna go for the gold on this one here and see if I can get down into the 80-50-ish area. Next logical stop for it if we're going to continue down. Excuse me. Start to mitigate the loss here. Follow my macro line down. Tighten her up here just a little bit. There we go. Come on down, baby. There we go. Now, ideally with this kind of a trade right here, I'd prefer to have 2 lots on. And again, I'm going to follow my macro line. A few ticks above it. Come on back down, baby. I think we have the potential to get down there. Will I get there? Who knows? But this is typically how I'll do it when I'm looking for that bigger target. I'm not touching the stop. It is what it is. First instinct, of course, is to unwind it, maybe back off to, a bigger pivot. My opinion is it's a bad habit to get into. It's a bad habit to get into. So this is the beginnings of a set it and forget it. Ideally, I would have gone to break even at about, call it 15, 20 points-ish, and then walked away from it. Didn't get what I wanted, but that's okay. Little tiny loss. So you're probably asking why. Why the big target on that guy there? Down here, I'll tell you why. What I'm looking for is I don't care if it's an upside move, if it's a downside move, I'm looking for a clean set of bars like we have right here. I sat and watched this sucker while I was getting coffee, and there it was. So what that tells me, a pretty powerful move to the downside, and higher probability of breaking the low of the day, which of course we did. Now, the question is, did we follow through? No, we did not. We did not. You know, Ron, what it comes down to is it comes down to your trading style. Um, you know, if you're satisfied with little $100, $200 grabs, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. My personal preference, typically, I mean, I've sought and attained profit targets that are 3 levels deep on the support and resistance. And it's up to you what you guys do. I mean, that was a nice trade. We were in there, right. You know, and if you took your profit, good for you. I did the small take thing for a long time. I've had success with it. I've had more success looking for bigger targets. Yeah, good point. I'm wondering if she's going to try again. No, that's what it is for me, Ron. I mean, I literally will set it and forget it. I like to just let the trade take care of itself. And it's not something that can be taught. You get comfortable with it. You don't. I mean, there are guys out there that, you know, they make a great living scalping. There's nothing wrong with it. Not my bag. Not anymore. Not anymore. Flattening out yet again. Well, looking at my Eagle and my Falcon, frankly, I think she's going to try again. Back up you go. There we go. I'll do one at the ask on that one right there. I think we're going to try again. I might be all wrong. Yeah, I'm going to need to back her off a little bit. But again, I am anticipating a little bit bigger move. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. That's a girl. That's a girl right there. And I'm going to start following her down here with my macro line here. So yeah, like at this point right here, you want to take it, you know what? Do it to it. I'm going to follow my macro line and see if my hunch is correct. Oh, push that thing down to the low of the day. Give me one break here. Let old Ray show off just one big one, please. Protecting a few bucks here. I think it's going to go. This is one thing I'll do here. There we are. Protect a couple of ticks, set it, and forget it. And let's see where we go. Like I said, logically, we should go to this level right here. We should. Will we get there? I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna go here. That's right, Randy. Push. I was in a trading room with a guy. I was like going in. It was like being in the room when my daughter was born. Out I go. That's okay. Note to self, that should have been a 2-lot trade. It should have been a 2-lot trade. I would have, if not a 3, would have pulled my first 2 targets off between 10 and 15 points, and then see if we get a runner out of the third one. So, and this is how it goes with bigger targets. This is what takes the most to get used to. It really does. It's yeah, ooh, $35. Ooh, you know what? That's okay. I'm in the green. Now if it kept falling down below, I think it's going to get down there. If it keeps dropping, if we're going, from this point, through that and then down to this point right here, I mean, you're talking big trades, No, it was, Randy. It was. And this is how I've done it. I mean, I'm not much for, talking a bunch of smack about my own trades. Like I said, it's like typically with my own thing, it's 4, maybe 5 trades a week. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that bigger move. Now the addict, the alk, the whatever you want to call it in me, wants to keep trading, and admit it if you like, don't admit it. Maybe you have the problem, maybe you don't, but I do. I want to trade this. Well, okay, we've stopped here. This just makes sense. We can get a small bounce. Maybe I can get 10 or 20 ticks out of it. I mean, I just can't play that game anymore. Now, as I sit here, I'm talking to you. I'll tell you right now, I want to get back in. I want to get back. It's normal. It's a normal feeling. It's a normal thing. For me, the key is beating it and then just waiting. I'm going to leave these arrows up, and then we're going to revisit it tomorrow. I bet we at least get to this level here, if not this one down here. This was such a nice move here. This one right here, unfortunately, you just can't see it coming when it starts. There's no way to see that coming, but, I'm pouring myself a cup of coffee and, I saw it, I've got my eye on it. There it goes. That's the big push that I'm looking for. And if you just look at these, they're all super clean. To the downside, you can get it to the upside. That's what I'm looking for to really determine, do we have, a killer move? Now, what you got to be careful with is this. This is what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for the length and the number of bars, and I'm looking for the speed. Now, you got to be careful because, like, here's one right here. This can trick you. That can trick you. I watched that one produce itself. And it had a fair amount of speed, but notice, you know, it's not a huge long line of bars. And the other thing that that kept me out of trouble on that one there is it just wasn't lining up. It just wasn't lining up with my Raptor and my Eagle. And now we're going to head east for a little bit. Probably going to hang out another 15, 30 minutes here. And even though tomorrow is, I guess they call it a Rabbit Hole Friday, I'm still going to be looking to take some trades. You know, if I see something good, I'm going to do it. Yeah, Randy, I can't do the scalping thing anymore. I mean, I can do it, but you know, I mean, people are in here, people are going to join us to trade because I mean, you've got so many different personalities. I mean, you've got people that scalp. I mean, I know a guy in Austin that scalps the ES. It's typically, you know, and this guy does a ton of trades, a ton. There we go. There's another little big push down there. He does 3 and 4 lots. His round turns are next to nothing. I'm not interested in this because I'm talking. And he makes a very good living doing it. I mean, he's very good at it. You know, I'm not that fast. I am not that fast. Yeah, and I'd rather not trade the way I trade in here because I mean, as we all know, we've all developed our own style, and you know, coming back to working with other traders. I mean, when I talked to Floyd the other day, Floyd's charts are completely different than mine. There's nothing wrong with them. You know, he's got something that works for him, and that's what really matters. And you know, that's just, you know, how it is. So I appreciate you guys and your kindness and your patience this week. My first week back into the business, it's going to go to that level right there. It's gonna go. And oh, look at that. There it is. There it is, right to the SNR. You might have a point, Randy. I think that is why most people scalp. It's a psychological thing. I don't know. For me these days, ignorance is bliss, and part of the bigger targets, that's what it is. So let's see how I could have survived this trade. Like I said, we all need to learn from our mistakes, and you know, we need to learn from it. So let's see. There's my entry right there. If I'd have been at break even, I would have been taken out. I could have gone back to this little pivot right here, and I would have survived it. Or even back here and hidden behind the SNR where I started. So, and there we are right at the target. Right there. I'm not mad about it. I'm not upset about it. Typically on my own, this one that I executed right here with my target being down here, I have an ATM strategy that I've constructed that once it goes, now with that strategy, I would have been taken out. It would have taken me out because it would have taken me to break even. Would have taken me probably, where are we at here? Let's call it 87 or 67 to keep the math simple. 67. Yeah, it would have taken me to break even at 57 even. It would have done it. And that's what you can learn from this. I mean, it's up to you. Look, it's your business, it's your account, it's yours. You know, you decide what works best for you. I think we're going to hang up here at this level here for a little while before we break through again. But it's not going to surprise me if we, let's just do this. There we go. Look at that. It's not going to surprise me at all if we head down to that level right there. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. So, Randy, this is your first time back since 14, huh? What brought you back? I think it's good to see a lot of people in here that have been in here for a long time. It really is. Yeah, it's going to hit that level again. I'm not interested in anything else at this point in my day, as I'm going to step out of here in just a bit. But it's not going to surprise me if we get down to that level right there. And I'm not, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I would like to trade my combine the weeks I'm not in the room, but I think I'd like to try to keep it where it's at. Now, part of me thinks, well, maybe I should trade some of the off days that I'm not in the room, and then that way we can go back and go over those trades. It's not like you can fake those. You really can't. But for now, I'm just going to leave it to where I'm doing stuff just in the room. Nice first cross here. I'll anticipate the signal up there. Again, this would be a very counter trend trade. Although you got a lot of room here to move in the cloud. You got a lot of room up to that edge right there. See, we got a Falcon, we got a Falcon trade cooking up right here. Again, we're counter trend though. We're into the cloud. I really like to stick with staying with, well, what little trend we have. So, yeah, and Randy, those recordings are like an hour long, aren't they? They're pretty big, huh? But it's good to see you again. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'd say they're too long. That was when Adam was still here. That was his big thing. That's one thing I was good at with the marketing side of things, is making 5-6 minute videos. 5-6 minute videos and 600 word blog posts. So I can't do an hour. I can't. I just can't. Yeah, I got to duck out a little early today. I got to go make a phone call with my lawyer. I don't think I've mentioned it. I was in a bad car accident about 5 months ago. And it's been a nightmare to say the least. Not my fault, mind you. I was at a dead stop. She was doing 40, and I got rear-ended. So I do have to deal with that today. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you know, the funny thing, Randy, is you'd look at pictures of my little car. I had a little Jeep Renegade. It was about 6 months old. It was an 18. And you would look at the pictures and think, boy, they could fix that. No, they totaled her out. They totaled it out. Yeah, the kid that hit me comes over to me and clasps her hands and bends over like you'd talk to a 5-year-old and tells me she swears she was paying attention. She was all right to her phone, but yeah, I'll tell you, I'm glad I had good insurance because I think in the end that's who's going to wind up taking care of everything. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to leave. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of these guys right here so that I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Yes, I want to remove those. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it was a bummer, I'll tell you what. There we go. So yeah, we already tagged that one. Let's remove that one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice scalp off this bottom right here. Nice scalp. All right, guys, I'm going to bail out of here in just a couple of minutes. I have got to get this call done. I will see you guys in the morning, same time. And some of you, I guess I've seen you guys in here a little early. Typically between 7 and 7:15, I will be in here. Aspen, I was wondering, were you able to stay away and leave your combine alone yesterday during FOMC? And there's no wrong answer, no judgments here, just curious. Good, good. Yeah, no, Randy, mine was totaled. It had unibody damage beyond belief. It was, yeah, it was unreal. It was unreal. Yeah, undrivable. It was just, yeah, there was no keeping that puppy. All right, friends, now's the time to throw up any questions or anything like that. Tomorrow I'm going to be going over the ADX that you've been hearing me talk about here. I think it's actually a pretty cool idea. I think a lot of you guys will find that helpful. Randy, you have a good day too, my friend. Yeah, I'll see you guys in here tomorrow. Yeah, 7:15, somewhere in there, and then we'll probably do. I mean, depending on whether we're trading or not, probably about an hour, maybe a little bit more. I mean, it's Friday. It's Friday. So yeah, all right, good to see everybody in here again. We have a small winning day today. It is what it is, and just bear with me, guys, and we'll get a match, me and you and me, and we'll find that happy medium. But really going, there's my target. Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Shoulda left my stop where it was. What do you do? What do you do? But that's my trading life anyway. All right, my friends. You guys have a great day. I am going to get out of here. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in.